What's up, guys? It's your boy Justin McCoy back at it again with another video. Today, after a long time of me saying I was going to do it, I'm going to talk about nutrition. Starting in 2021, I wanted to actually fulfill the promises that I made of talking about certain nutrition topics surrounding veganism. So I'm gonna start today. Just a quick disclaimer, I'm not a trained professional or an educated professional. I'm educated, but I'm not a professional. So all the information that I've gotten today are from studies that I've read, and I mean they are available on the internet through certain sites, and in the description I will leave the studies that I found were most important. Alright, let's get back to the video. I wanted to start off with a series where I debunk, sort of, myths surrounding veganism. So nutrition myths surrounding veganism. Today, I'm going to be debunking the myth of iron deficiency. Now, the reason why it's a myth is not because no vegan has ever become iron deficient, but it's because vegans are not more likely to become to become iron deficient than other people who eat meat and other stuff. It's a worldwide deficiency, one of the most prominent or prevalent deficiencies out there after vitamin D. All right, or is it before vitamin D? It's iron and vitamin D are up there. That's all I gotta say. So, in order to talk about iron, we first have to define the types of iron. Now, iron is a mineral, right? It's a metal, right? So it's found in the earth's core, wherever, and it's also found in meat and vegetables. In meat, you have two types of iron. You have heme iron and non-heme iron. Heme iron is only found in meat because in vegetables, all you find is non-heme iron, right? The difference between the two is the bioavailability. So bioavailability is just basically how much of that mineral or nutrient is absorbed into the bloodstream. The heme iron only found in meat is more bioavailable than the non-heme iron, which is the type that vegetables have. Meat have it as well, but vegetables only have non-heme. Heme iron is 15 to 35% bioavailable. So basically, if you eat this amount of iron, only 15 to 35% of it is absorbed into the bloodstream. And then non-heme iron is absorbed in like a 2 to 20%, more around 10% for most vegetarians and most vegans. The reason why heme iron is more bioavailable is because this is the same type of iron that is actually found inside of us. Like I said, heme iron is found inside of animals, and we biologically are animals, right? So it's an easy transfer, I guess. Like our body accepts the heme iron more readily because more readily because it's like ours. Non-heme iron is less bioavailable because of certain inhibiting factors found within fruits, vegetables, and other grains and stuff like that. If you were to look at a vegan source of iron versus a non-vegan source of iron, a lot of times you will find that the vegan source actually provides you with more iron. Let's take lentils for instance, right? If you were to take the same weight of lentils as you would for a weight of steak, right, or a piece of steak, you get more iron out of the lentils than you would out of the steak. One of the studies that I was reading took a huge group of people and fed them a vegan diet, a vegetarian diet, and a regular omnivore diet. After a certain number of weeks, it was actually found that the vegans actually ate the most amount of iron. Now, this didn't necessarily turn into the most absorbed iron, but it just shows that you can eat just as much iron, if not more, on a vegan diet than you would on an omnivore diet. Now, I want to talk about these inhibiting factors that is stopping us from absorbing all the amount of iron, or not all, but a lot of the iron that we eat from our fruits and vegetables. The inhibiting factors that I will talk about today are tannins, phytic acid, calcium, and soy protein. Phytic acid is a natural substance kind of found in seeds and like grains, so our rices and our oats and things like that, right? It is an antioxidant, so it is good for you, but the only problem is that it blocks mineral absorption. This is why it's an issue with iron. We may take in so much iron, but the phytic acid prevents us from actually absorbing it into our bloodstream. In super high doses, phytic acid can actually block up to around 85% of the iron that you eat. So as you can see, if you're eating so much phytic acid, it can be easy to, you know, get deficient in iron, because you may be eating a lot of iron, but you're barely getting any, or you're barely absorbing any. One way that you can kind of counteract this phytic acid is by activating phytase. Now, you may be saying, Justin, how am I going to activate phytase? It's an enzyme inside of a vegetable. Like, I'm not Superman. I can't just activate phytase, and I'll make you Superman today. It's like, no. There's some easy ways that you can get rid of this phytase is by soaking, right? So let's say you want to cook a bowl of lentils, and you know you're going to cook it on a Sunday. That Saturday night, put out some lentils to soak. This soaking helps activate the phytase, because because sprouting is what actually activates it, and when you soak them, it starts to sprout, and it's a lot of complication. I mean, it's a lot of scientific stuff going on, but I don't need to go in depth with that. Just trust me. If you soak this nuts and seeds, soak your lentils, soak your beans, soak your quinoa, stuff like that, right? I soak my nuts and seeds. I soak my quinoa, and I'll roll the film of my soaking corner, as I call it. It also helps get rid of a lot of bitter taste that these foods may have. I find that when I soak my pumpkin seeds or soak my sunflower seeds, they come out sweeter. Now, one little thing is that it does make the seeds less crunchy, and you may like that crunch. And what you can do is dry them out after you've soaked them, right? You can put them back in the oven and let them roast or let them toast or whatever, right? And the phytic acid is already gone, so drying them back out isn't going to make it come back. Cooking also gets rid of a lot of the phytic acid, so if you cook your beans, cook your lentils, whatever, it'll get rid of a lot of it, but soaking is the #1 method to get rid of phytic acid. The second compound / chemical I want to talk about are tannins. Tannins are basically, they're found in like teas, so our like our green teas, matcha, black tea, coffee, wine. Wine isn't a tea, but it's found in wine. And this is kind of what gives it like that tart / bitter taste. These again are phytochemicals, they're antioxidants, great for you, but again, they block mineral absorption. So, you know, if you're going to drink tea, drink it, you know, like first thing in the morning, and then give yourself an hour or two before you eat your first meal, so that you can absorb all the iron that you like wanna absorb. And another thing is, another thing you could do is just like if you're drinking coffee, right? Don't drink it with your meals. Try to drink it like 2 hours after, like in between meals. So 2 hours after a meal, 2 hours before, so that your body has enough time to get those tannins out of the body and allow you to absorb all the iron. That's what we're talking about today. Next, let's talk about soy protein. This one is a interesting topic because I wasn't able to find as many articles as I wanted on soy protein and iron absorption, but I think I found a little consensus, or enough to form an opinion. So it does say that soy protein does block a little bit of absorption, and this is due to the phytic acid, but it did say that soy protein isolate. So that's like when you buy the soy protein powders. So yeah, that's pretty much all I know about the soy protein thing. I'll try to gain a little more information on that, but I didn't want to make this video too lengthy, so that's why I'm not going as in-depth with that as I did with the other ones. And lastly, I want to talk about calcium. In the studies, it was shown that calcium and iron, or calcium inhibited iron absorption. This was because they go to the same place, or they try to fight for the same spot in your body. Calcium and iron do. But it also showed that this only happened in short-term studies. In long-term studies, your body basically adjusts to the calcium and the iron, and it says, okay, we still need enough iron, so we will control the amount of calcium we absorb and control the amount of iron we absorb, so that they kind of can figure themselves, or can balance out, and you can have enough of both. So calcium isn't as big as an issue as, or big of an issue as tannins and phytic acid would be. Or now that we have spoken on the inhibitors, I want to talk about the #1 enhancer for a vegan trying to get enough iron, and this is ascorbic acid, aka vitamin C. Ascorbic acid is the most potent enhancer of iron absorption. It was shown in multiple studies that it could actually overcome the inhibitor factors of phytic acid. So some ways that you can actually get ascorbic acid in your diet is, I mean, if you're going to eat a meal that you think is high in iron, you would go ahead and eat an orange with it or something. Eat some berries with it. If you want to cook some kale, cook some greens. A little bit of lemon juice, lemon zest. Well, really lemon juice probably tastes best, but you know, a little lemon zest, whatever. A little lemon juice on top of it while cooking will help you absorb more iron in that meal. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to be coming out with more of these nutrition topic videos shortly. I'm working on, next one will probably be protein. I'm going to be attacking the protein myth. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to try to get better at them. I know I might have stuttered a little bit. It's just trying to get comfortable with speaking about nutrition, because I love nutrition, but sometimes speaking to you guys it's a little hard, so I'm just trying not to look crazy on camera. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, hit that like button, and keep shining. Ooh, sorry. I'll make that a song. Keep shining. Ooh, keep shining. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Keep